All right, let's look at the homework 3.10, problem number 6. All right, so let's find the value of delta y and dy. All right, they're not quite the same, even though dx and the delta x are exactly the same. All right, so delta y is the actual difference in y value, so function value. So in this case, function is e to the x. So I'm going to just bring up the GeoGebra. So I'm going to call it, so f of x is e to the x, right? So hit enter. So now GeoGebra knows what the function is. All right, then so x is 0, and then delta x is 0.6. So I'm going to compute the difference between f of 0 is a value plus delta x 0.6, which actually zero doesn't do anything. And then we're going to find the difference between f of 0, right? So we need 3 decimal places. So I'm going to go here, I guess not here, there. And I'm going to setting. And then I'm going to turn it into 3 decimal places, right? So it should be fine. So 0.822. So let's type it in, 0.822, right? And then here, the dy is a little bit different. Remember, the dy is the same thing as derivative of this times dx. So it's actually e to the x dx. So I'm going to compute the derivative. So derivative f prime of x is obviously exactly the same thing as e to the x, right? So e to the x dx is the same thing as dy. So I'm going to compute e to the 0 and times, and dx is given to be 0.6. So it's a times 0.6, and obviously answer is going to be 0.6 because e to the 0 is 1. So this is going to be 0.600. Right? Let's check the answer. All right, I came back and we got the delta y value and the dy value, right? So here, and we just have to look at the look for the correct picture. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's look at the first picture. All right, dy is the difference. So here, this is already wrong. So horizontal difference, it couldn't be dy, so you can eliminate the first one. All right, same thing. It's a horizontal one is labeled as dy, so second one you can eliminate it. All right, third one, same thing. It's dy. It's used for a horizontal one. So this is probably the only reasonable one. All right, but we need to pay attention. It's dy is the difference using the straight line tangent approximation. So the difference in y value using the tangent line, right? Delta y is the actual difference between between these two y values. Y value here is 1, and y value here, whatever this is, the difference using the actual graph is going to be delta y. All right, so this is the correct one. Let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we got the correct picture as well. All right, that's it. So make sure to know the difference between delta y. Delta y is the actual difference in function values, and the dy is using the differential, right? Which is approximation, right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.